Welcome back to Cheddar Reveals, brought to you by CuriosityStream. Now, there are plenty of sweet treats for Americans to enjoy during the season. M&M's, though, continuously rank as one of the best Halloween candies of all time, and were recently named one of the most searched Halloween candies by Google Trends. Now, the fan favorite candy just turned 80 years old. Joining us now is Tim LeBel, President of Sales and Chief Halloween Officer at Mars Wrigley. Tim, why do you believe that the M&M is just so iconic?
Hey, Ken, thanks for having me. First of all, I'd say happy birthday to M&M's. 80 years is quite a milestone. And at Mars Wrigley, we say it starts with the consumer. The consumer is our boss. So we listen to the consumer. It obviously has to be a great tasting quality product. But from there, the consumer tells us what characters to add, what colors to add, what flavors, like M&M's popcorn that is about to come out, or M&M's cookies and scream. We also bring it to life at retail. We just opened a store in Disney Springs, the Mall of America in Minneapolis, and in Berlin, so going international.
Now, M&M's were recently named one of the most searched Halloween candies by Google Trends. How do you maintain such a strong brand that stays so consistently popular among consumers?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'd say we have 3 out of the top 10 selling items online. Snickers, M&M's, and Skittles. And as I talked about, the consumer always wants to know more about our brand. So we make sure we have the perfect screen. So when we do digital promotions, we make sure when you search confectionery, you can search chocolate, M&M's are popping up, Snickers are popping up, M&M's, milk, peanut, whatever they may be. We make sure we invest a lot to make sure our digital experience looks just like our in-store experience.
I was going to ask, because most of us buy our candy at the store. So how did you adjust when the pandemic came along and e-commerce became so popular? So how did M&M kind of pivot to reach those consumers who are no longer going to the stores as much?
Yeah, the best example I could share is we created a platform called Treat Town. And we wanted to make sure our consumers this time last year knew that Halloween and trick or treat specifically was not canceled, but we wanted to do it in a very safe way. So we created a virtual experience called Treat Town, where you can invite friends and neighbors and virtually treat and buy our products online. And it was a great success. It taught us a lot about how do we interact with consumers differently, digitally, but also gave us a platform that we can leverage in the future for other moments and events down the road.
When it came to the pandemic, were you seeing sales mostly online, or were you still seeing those in-store sales? And if so, which M&M versions were outperforming the others?
Yeah, so we certainly saw a massive acceleration. I think we took a couple of years off the consumer trend where digitally the entire US accelerated. But our core business was still done in bricks and mortar, and we built those great displays in store. Consumers were still shopping, doing it in a very safe manner with the proper PEE, but certainly still shopping in store, and that was where the bulk of our sales were.
Now, according to the National Retail Federation, Americans are projected to spend $3 billion on Halloween candy this year, more than ever before. So what do you believe is the catalyst for that increase?
Yeah, I give it all the credit to the consumer. The consumers are certainly resilient. Trick or treat is part of the fabric of America. They look forward to celebrating. The season actually is much longer now. You have a baking season. And then you were talking about movies earlier. You have an opportunity to do family fright night and watch your favorite movie with your favorite treats and snacks. Then you go to neighborhood parties. And then it all comes together in that final week for trick or treat. So the whole season is like an 8 to 10 week season. And that's what's driving the record sales this year.
So how does your company get prepared for Halloween? Because I feel like it's like the biggest holiday for you guys. How do you prepare to ramp up to be ready for when Halloween comes around?
Yeah, it starts November 1st. So on Monday, after Halloween on Sunday this year, we sit down with our key retailers and we start to plan a year and a half to 2 years out.
Wow.
We start with the consumer, find out what trends worked, what textures were popular, what flavors, what packaging worked, and then we incorporate that in a co-creation process with our key partners. And from there, we plan out 2022, 2023, and we keep it a rolling 2-year cycle. It's a long process to bring a Halloween to life every year.
All right, Tim LeBel, real quick, I have 5 seconds. What's your favorite M&M? Which version?
I'm a peanut butter, M&M's peanut butter fan.
All
Thank
right,
you.
I'm peanut, just regular. Team LeBel, President of Sales and Chief Halloween Officer at Mars Wrigley. Sir, thank you so much for joining us and making such a delicious product.